House rules, Sammy. Driver picks the music. Shotgun shuts his cake hole.
Well, he pulled up in a big black Chevy, James Dean Fury in his eyes. He came to bring back his brother. He died, bring him home alive. And he didn't come to bargain, didn't come to trade. Came to kill them all, burn them in the graves. Off in the distance, on the rolling thunder, you can hear the devil say, "Hey, Mr. Winchester, welcome to hell. Devil, make it out alive." He just stood there by a big black Chevy with a smile, less than 45. Sweat! Well, the sky filled up with demons, red blood, fury in their eyes. They came to claim the brothers, drag them to hell, dead or alive. And they didn't come to bargain, didn't come to trade. Came to kill them both, burn them at the stakes. Off in the distance, on the rolling thunder, you can hear the devil say, "Hey, Mr. Winchester, welcome to hell. Devil, make it out alive." He just stood there by a big black Chevy with a smile, less than 45. Well, it used to be bad, but it's getting better. Used to be good, now it's great. We fell apart, now we're back together, babe. Ain't no baby. All my life I've loved you, from the start to today. If I'll live forever, babe, that ain't never gonna change. Well, it used to be bad, but it's getting better. Used to.
Jackson, welcome, buddy.
I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
So, kind of tell people that haven't discovered you yet, kind of, let them know about what you've got going on in the world, music-wise.
We're just a simple modern day honky tonk band. I've been touring pretty much constantly for about 20 years. I think I've had 16 or 17 albums out. I can never remember. I lost track after 10, but it's either 16 or 17. So many albums that I can't count anymore. And we just I've switched to a new paradigm of, instead of releasing albums, I'm just going to start releasing a single every 6 weeks with a video and push them that way, push them digitally. That way I always have something new coming out instead of dumping everything out at one time.
I like that. That's a unique way to do things and keep everything relevant.
Well, you want to keep, we have like 150,000 monthly followers on our different, Pandora, Spotify, Google Play, all those things. And
Yeah.
that's really becoming where people get their music. So instead of dumping 10 songs on them all at once, I figured it might be more interesting just to have a new song come out every 6 weeks or so.
I like it. Because
So there's always something new coming out, So there's always a...
Yeah. By the time you're tired of listening to the one, you're ready to listen to the next one.
Yes.
Or hopefully
And
people
actually,
aren't getting tired
I've
of
got
it.
more, like the last, I think, 13, 14 songs that we have that will be coming out in the next 18 months. Those are all recorded at Elvis Presley's apartment in the Sun Studios in Memphis. His childhood apartment, where he became Elvis. And like, it's like, if you're an Elvis fan like me, Lauderdale Courts are cooler than Graceland. That's where he went to high school at. That's where he went to middle school. He learned how to play guitar in the stairwell there. And I cut 2 albums while we were there. I cut one in his apartment, and using pretty much every room in the apartment. We did stuff in his bedroom, and his closet, and the bathroom, and the bathtub, the parents' room, the kitchen. And then I went and cut a bunch of stuff live in the stairwell where he practiced as a kid. So that will be keeping the next year and a half busy for releasing. And then plus I've got this idea of doing the next one called kind of like the Supernatural Sessions, where I go and record I record in different haunted places all across the country. Like I want to go record a song, and you could run out like the Lizzie Borden house. I'm gonna go to the Lizzie Borden house, take my gear, and record a song there. I want to record a song in the room where Estes Park, where The Shining was written. Just places like that.
Man, I love that.
So I want each song to kind of have its own thing now.
Yeah.
I want to make it more interesting. So I'm just going to the studio for 2 weeks and do a bunch of blowing whiskey and knock it out of a record. I want to go record at different places.
I like where you're going with that, because I mean you're giving wow, you're kind of bringing, I know, with your art you lean more to that, dark macabre kind of style, but the fact that you want to go and record in these places, that's pretty, that's about as honky tonk rock and roll that you can ever get. And one thing that
I want to
go ahead.
I'm
sorry.
No, go ahead.
What I was going to say is the one big thing that has really drawn me to you and your music and to you as a musician and artist and everything. You've remained an independent. You've done this all on your own. You haven't had these big record labels and management companies and everybody, pushing you. This is you doing it on your own. And that's what my show's about. It's about celebrating independent musicians, that this is the bread and butter of American music, is independent musicians.
Well, I do things because they sound fun. I don't do it like I would never be able to find a record company that say, okay, I want to go cut my new record in Elvis Presley's childhood stairwell.
Yeah. Or Lizzie Borden's house.
Yeah, I want to go to Lizzie Borden's house. I want to go to Lizzie Borden's house and cut it, because it's. But I do things entirely because they're interesting to me. Music I do interesting to me, and like I'm telling you, I've done 17 albums. Going and blocking out 2 weeks and going to a recording studio just doesn't interest me anymore. So I bought all my own gear, and I've got my own handmade commissioned tube board. So I've got all my own stuff now. So I can go out anywhere and record stuff, and then bring it back to my place and mix it on an old tube board that it's called a Tree Roots board. It's a brand new board, but the guy makes them like they made it back in the 40s and the 50s.
Oh man, that's
it's
awesome.
That technology.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it has a really cool sound to it. So if something doesn't interest me, I don't do it. And that's not the way a record company works.
No.
Nothing I do is based on, can I sell this, or how much will this cost? It's like, is this cool? I want to go cut a song. I want to go cut songs at Sun Studios in Memphis, so I wouldn't cut them. I want to go, there's all kinds of things I want to go do as far as recording wise that no label would sign off on. They wouldn't see the value in it,
True.
And I truly believe that when you're recording, you're capturing a moment, and everything around you in that moment is captured too.
Yes.
And I think that's why, so I think recording something at Lizzie Borden's house would be spooky and weird, but something would be captured there, Just spending the night there would be weird, I'm going to do the same thing with the there's a lot of places like that in the country I want to try.
Well, and I mean, could you imagine
old mental institutions where people used to be fucking like shock therapy, or
I was going to say, you never know what kind of what is it, EVPs you're going to pick up while you're recording a song. You're going to hear something in the background going, "Get out now!"
Or you just feel something. Your surroundings.
Yeah, goosebumps on goosebumps.
I get you. If we spend the night, if me and my band go into an old prison and we stay in a cell that night, if I can work something out where I can record in Alcatraz and I can cut my vocals in the shower room, You know, there's just or you know, cut my vocals and you know, the Suburban Alcatraz. Like there's just, or well, who's the other guy? Scarface, Capone. You know, go in his cell, do stuff. You know, there's something about areas that affect you that make you have different ideas, make you do different things. You know, and so it'd be a completely different record. I take the same song, the same equipment, and go cut it in a recording studio, or I could go cut it at in Cold Blood Murder House, and I guarantee you there's going to be a difference in them.
Oh,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? Or it doesn't have to be macabre. It could be good places too. Like I said, I wouldn't cut it in Elvis's childhood house. You know, that was a big deal to me. I'd love to go cut something in Graceland. I think that now at this point in my life, it's going places and letting that place be imprinted on what I'm doing.
And I like that because I'm a firm believer in experiencing the moment. That's why, you know, even
capture it.
Yeah,
that's
even my kids,
about capturing moments.
My kids fuss at me. They're like, you know, we'll go places and everything. There, why aren't you taking pictures? I'm like, I don't want pictures. I want the moment. I want to feel and experience this moment, because that's what, you know, so many people have gone beyond that, where they want just that instant gratification, where they don't experience the moment of it. That's what is so beautiful about live music. It's not always perfect, but there's
well, with us, you know, we don't rehearse. I don't ever play the song the same way. Here's when people come see us. There's people who say, "Geez, I wish it was more like the record," or "I wish it was more like I wish it was the same as the show last time." There's other people that come to see me, like the Grateful Dead, that'll come to 100 shows over 20 years because they know that every single show is going to be different. You know, every moment, every time I do a song, I'm doing it that time. It's like I'm not trying to recreate what I did in the studio. I'm just playing the song. And sometimes the shows have more of a excited tinge to them. Sometimes they have more of an angry tinge to them. Sometimes they're more melancholy. It all depends on how I feel at the time. And that's what dictates the show. And that's probably another reason why, you know, people want consistency across the board. That's why McDonald's is bigger than most boutique steak places. But I'm a boutique steak place. I'm a place you're only going to get. You're going to get it this one time, this way, period. And next time it's going to be different. You know, hopefully it's consistently good, but it's not going to be consistently the same.
Yeah. And see, and I love that.
I found that that's not what the masses want. The masses don't want something new, exciting every time. They want something that they know. They want something consistent.
Yeah. And
I
like
McDonald's is, you know,
because it's always the same. And I guess, you know, I guess I'm more of a boutique person as far as things go too, because I love the fact that, you know, you hear somebody on an album, but then you go see them live, and you're going to love them live a lot more than you are going to be on an album, because there's more soul to it. And it's that whole experiencing that. And, you know, this sounds like that's what your personal mantra is to have that experience. And that's a question I was going to ask you later and you know, when I do my little 10 random questions, but it sounds like that's kind of what your personal mantra is, that whatever you feel.
I live entirely in this second right now. I don't try and recapture things. Right now exactly the second. And so
I love it.
When I get on stage, I don't know what I'm going to play until I start playing it. And my band doesn't know it either. That's why they're always like on edge. But we're actually playing music. We don't get together and rehearse parts and regurgitate them together in unison. It's like we go up there and we play. And they never know what I'm going to call out. I don't know what I'm going to call out until I'm done with one song.
And you don't do playlists, do you? You don't do set lists, do you?
No, I don't use set lists.
See, that's.
I might have because I'm always having different guys now. I used to have a steady band. Now I use different guys. So I'll have a list of 30 songs on stage that I might pull from, and that'll be the majority of the show. But they're never in order. Yeah. They're never done the same way, and that accounts for about half the show. The other half just give me stuff I'm going to call out. You know, I might decide I want to play 20 Hank Jr. songs that night.
Yeah.
I'll still play the songs I know that most people came to see.
Yeah.
But I may throw in 10 Hank Jr. songs and 10 Waylon songs that no one's ever heard of besides me, just because that's what I feel like playing.
See, I love it. You're also a graphic artist too. kind of in that
I
kind
don't sure graphic. I'm trying to become an illustrator. I've always been a painter, and for some reason I'm able to do pretty good painting, drawing people's faces and stuff. And I've always been a big comic book art fan. So as I got older, I'm trying to find new things to learn and push. So I'm doing my own graphic novel right now. So I'm having to learn how to be an illustrator. It's like at a professional level. And it's just I learned that illustrating is about skill, not about talent. You have all the natural talent in the world, but you still have to. If you don't learn the skills, you're not going to be able to do it. And you could not have any talent, but learn the skills and be successful. So I'm trying to get the skills.
find that balance. I know, you've shared some little snippets on social media and everything. And I mean, seriously, this is some seriously good stuff. And I mean, because I've always been a comic graphic book, graphic art, graphic novel kind of thing guy. And as soon as I saw some of the stuff, I'm like, wow, this is something else. And I like dark. So, and that kind of fit right into that genre, if you will, which that's.
Yeah, I'm a big Bernie Wrightson horror comic guy. Bernie Wrightson did this monumental work when he illustrated Frankenstein. It's like some of the greatest work ever done. And I'm a big Frank Booth fan too. So, yeah, it's my graphic novel is kind of a horror superhero detective book. So and I'm trying to learn that great turn of the century illustration style to capture it. To mix with my own actual vision too. I have my own. Just like with music, I seem to have my own very, very definable artistic style. Good or bad, whether you like it or not, you can tell it's me when you see it.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to get the skills to draw correctly without infringing on that natural style.
See, that's awesome. I mean, it really is.
I'm trying to learn the rules so I can break them.
See, that's kind of the answer I was expecting. You learn the rules so you know how to break them.
Yeah, because if you don't know the rules, breaking them doesn't mean anything.
True.
It's just lazy. It's like people can break the rules if they don't know them. But if you know the rules and you learn how to break them and still make it work, that's when you create something original.
Exactly. Okay, now let's kind of go back to your music. When you're writing your stuff and everything, do you have a specific process? Do you get hit with a melody?
No, I don't. The songs come to me completely and totally done.
Okay.
I don't pick up a pencil. I don't pick up a pen. And I don't write until I need a song. So it's like normally I just book the video time. I'll show up with nothing. We'll go the first day and I'll grab a guitar. I'm like, okay, here's one, and I'll literally put it out for the guys. It'll come to me. I've always depended on the process. It always works. And then while I'm showing the music, and then they're tracking the music, I do the lyrics freestyle as I'm recording them. I'm kind of getting
That's
in
incredible.
Well,
I did everything that I thought a man should do. Hell, I was faithful as a dog, and I saved all my love just for you. Because you were my queen on everything in this life. But you cheated and you lied, you let all love die, left me to wither on the vine. I'm getting high. Yeah, I like the cocaine, I like the whiskey too. And I like all of these wicked things I'm learning how to do. Yeah, I like the dark side and I like the wild ride and I like the dirty girls too. Yeah, 'cause when I'm on this cocaine, I don't give a damn about you. Oh, that's a tainter, baby.
and no one believes it until they see it. You have to until somebody actually sees it, the process work. They don't understand it. All the new songs I'm doing, like Used to Be Bad, and the next one, Explosive 45 that comes out next month, which is my ode to the TV show Supernatural that I'm obsessed with. And then all these like 12 songs that I just recorded in Memphis, I didn't write them for me. I wrote them for a buddy of mine who has a Johnny Cash tribute band called Check Cash Out. His name's Doug, and I wrote these for him. And I'd say, okay, Doug, we need a song that's gonna balance this song. I'll pick up my guitar and I just play it for him. And he just kind of looks at me like, what the hell? Did you have that riff? I'm like, no, that's just how I do it. It's I've been very lucky with songwriting. I don't even like to even call it songwriting because I don't feel like I ever sit down and write it.
It's just song finishing.
Like there's no writing period for me. There's no sitting down with a pencil and paper. And I have people ask that they want to co-write with me, and I'm like, if we co-write, I'm literally going to walk into a room and pick up the guitar and then play a song in me. I don't know how to co-write. I'm not a. No, there is songs that people have had a really good melody and idea. There's a song called "If I Could Have My Way" that I'm a co-writer on, and the song was already there. The chorus was there. It's just that the lyrics were bad. They weren't bad. They weren't as good. Okay. So I liked it enough to where I'm like, okay, and I just rewrote the lyrics for it. But the song was already there. I just had the lyrics to it. That's about the only kind of co-writing that I'm unable to do because of the way my mind works.
And that has got to blow people away. That you just walk in and you just start. The song's there. It didn't exist 10 minutes ago, but here you go. You just churned out 3 songs in 15 minutes, and everybody else is sitting there trying to catch up.
It'll be one a day. I'll book the studio time for 10 days. I'll wake up in the morning. I'll walk in, and while the guys are getting their everything soundchecked, I'll grab a guitar and I'll sit there, and they'll just come to me, or it will come to me in the shower that morning, or it'll come to me the night before. When it gets to that point, that time, it comes to me. Well, like I wrote 3 or 4 of these songs when we were in Sun. Like we're getting ready to record, and I had a song pop in my mind, which I really really like it. It's called it'll be coming out in a few months. It's called Never Walk the Line, and then there's another one called One Night of Love, a Lifetime. And those both came to me in the front office of Sun was tuning my guitar. So it's like I never know when they're going to come. But usually they come when I'm like I'm not that there that walks around trying to write songs in between. I might not do nothing for 2 years. No songs for 2 years. As soon as I get the studio time booked, that's when they start coming to me.
See, and that's not something you hear about ever or often. But
I'm the only person I know that does that. And here's the thing with music. I guess the reason why I'm so into the art now. That the art is like I know I have a natural ability for it. Because I could do all the hard stuff that most people have to go to school for, just naturally. I don't know why, but like the shading, and I could draw something, make it look like almost like a picture.
Yeah. But
it's learning I'm having to learn things like foreshortening and perspective, and what do you call it? There's so much stuff I actually have to learn. And it's a challenge. Whereas, like I said, the songwriting. I've got 2 or something songs, and I don't feel like I've really, you have to get to work for something. I think really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for all the songs I have. I'm grateful for whatever that mechanism is that music comes to me. But there's music playing in my head 24 hours a day. I don't have to listen to headphones. I don't have to listen to music. I really criticize the guys in the band Nest because they want to listen to music. I'm like, look, it's already playing in my head. It's so loud I can hardly think. So. I don't get that same sense of accomplishment when I write a song.
Okay.
It's like someone just gave it to me. Like, here you go, and I'm like, okay. I feel crappy taking even when people compliment me on them. I feel kind of like I don't know what the word is. I almost feel like I'm cheating because
it's so easy.
I don't feel like I sit down and wrote it
because it comes so easy to you.
I spent 10 hours working on a page. I really worked hard for that. I mean, I really put in the effort for it. Put in the time for it. Whereas music just seems to come to me.
I see, and that's, I love that because that's, you know, you hear people say, well, I've got music in my head 24/7. No, I mean, you're kind of the living embodiment of, yeah, literally it's there. All I have to do is go sit down and it's going to come flowing out. And that's
exactly it.
That's
I have to pay attention.
I mean, that kind of blows me away. That's just awesome. But I know you're a busy man, but I want to go ahead and go into what I call the bare bones, which we kind of already kind of covered the personal mantra, but the rest of this will be easy. What would be your death row meal?
Say that again, bud?
What would be your death row meal?
My death row meal.
Yeah. If you were on death row, because you know.
Oh, meal.
Yeah.
I thought you said needle.
Oh, no.
Death row meal? Oh, shoot. What am I answering right now? I guess a blonde or a brunette.
That's awesome. Best answer yet. Best answer yet. Okay. Chicken wings, drums or flats, dry rub or sauce?
Chicken wings, yes, I'm sorry, but say it again. I told you, I have music going in my head so loud that sometimes I literally push out everything else.
No, it's fine. Chicken wings, you know, you have the drums or flats. Some people will like one over the other.
Drums. So drums, dry rub.
Drums, dry. Okay, excellent. What is your all-time favorite book?
Lonesome Dove.
Oh, good choice. What was the first record you ever bought or picked out on your own?
The first thing I ever bought on my own and picked out was the Sex Pistols' Nevermind the Bollocks.
Hell yes. Damn good one. Okay, first concert.
The very first concert was, who was my first concert? It's either Cheap Trick or I think it was Cheap Trick. I should know this because it's such a big deal, but I've really been to hundreds of concerts. My first concert was Cheap Trick.
Okay, that's a good one too.
I remember now.
Okay, Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars. Old Star Wars.
Yes.
I can't stand either of Star Wars. I can't stand either. I don't even like those Star Wars now that they've went and put bad digital effects into them. But I was 7. I think I was 7 when I went to go see the original Star Wars.
And
so
see,
pretty big impact.
I was too, so we're about the same age.
But I'll take Shatner over Star Wars. Not Star Trek, but Shatner.
Okay. Shatner, okay. That's fair enough. Everybody loves Shatner.
Oh, Shatner's the man.
Okay, so one song that it doesn't matter how many times you hear it, you have to crank up that volume and just jam it out.
Man, I have a bunch of them, but Jesus, there's a bunch. I actually don't even listen to anything unless I do that. My all-time favorite song, the one that defines me as a human being, the most important song to me, is probably a tie between That's All Right, Mom and Mystery Train, Elvis and the Soda Sessions. That's the first music I've ever heard.
Okay. Well, I don't think I need
Mystery Train.
that.
I guess Mystery Train. I think Mystery Train. To this day, when I think, well, that's right, moment too. When I think Elvis Presley was 18 years old, walked in off the street, and after staying in his apartment where he was living at when he did that, and combing my hair in the same bathroom, and like sleeping in his bedroom, and like hanging out in his hallway. It's like, and I think about how much I've had to grow since I started making music when I was 15 to get to where I'm at now, which is not even a freaking pimple on his ass when he was 18. It's like it really blows my mind when I listen to that. And I've been in the Sun Studios, and I've sat there and I've played live in that booth. And to realize he walked in and just was introduced to a couple musicians that were, one worked at dry cleaners, and the other one worked at I think it was a mechanic, and then him, who's just a high school student, basically just out of high school, they walked in and he created music. He created something that had never been done before that changed the world and did it. We listened to That's Right, Mom, or Mystery Train of Bloomington, Kentucky. When you listen to that, you realize what it is, what it was, and who it was. And there was some 18-year-old kid who never played with a band before. It's mind-boggling. It blows your mind. It's completely, it's unbelievable.
Okay, so now I've got to.
So yeah, Mystery Train.
This is the one question that I always ask that I got a pretty good feeling I'm going to get what answer I'm going to get. Person living or dead that you would love to take the stage with one time.
Take the stage with?
Yep.
Or talk, like, meet or actually play with?
Play with.
Waylon.
Awesome. All right, then I'm going to give you one last.
I'd be too nervous for Elvis. Be freaking.
Well, Waylon, that would have been amazing too.
Yeah, Waylon's one of my pillars. You know.
Yeah.
I think I have 4 pillars. There's my art pillar, which is Frank Frazetta, and then there's my personal pillar, like Bruce Lee, and then what I wanted to be, which was Elvis, and who I think patted myself off mostly as a human being, which is Waylon.
I get it. I like that. So, one last big question. Who besides yourself should people be listening to right now?
There's someone that's unheralded, or someone that's new, or just in general?
Just in general, somebody that you think people should be checking out that they might not be.
Oh, that they might not know.
Yeah.
Who's out there that people might not know?
Or even, somebody that maybe not everybody's gotten a taste of. Because,
Sam Cooke.
Okay. All right, well, good one. All right. Now's when it comes time.
Sam Cooke's up there with Elvis as far as being his talent and someone who's shaped the world. But it's somebody that, because of ridiculous circumstances of his death, most people don't know who Sam Cooke is, and it's a shame.
True.
And they don't know how important he is. They don't, everybody know.
Unless you grew up in my family who was, absolutely loved old Motown and everything else, and Sam Cooke was a staple in our house. So I really can't complain about that at all.
See, Sam Cooke was a decade before Motown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sam Cooke gave birth to Motown, and most people know that. Yeah. You're lucky if your musical education includes Sam Cooke.
Or even Leadbelly, which people don't realize.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love Leadbelly too. He's one of the greatest songwriters of all time.
And
realize,
because
I think his songs have been recorded more than anybody's. I think Good Night Irene,
yeah,
Black Betty,
In the Pines.
And that, yeah, his albums are so fucking haunting.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
In the
Pines.
Pines.
When you listen to it, that's my point. Well, I was trying to explain to you earlier about wanting to go record at different places. Is that Angola is in those John Lomax recordings. In those recordings, Angola, that prison, because he recorded those first recordings in prison. That they got him out of prison.
Uh-huh.
And so when you listen to Goodnight Irene, you hear that swamp, you hear that prison, you hear that chain gang in that recording.
Yeah.
And
It's real.
And it's funny you said Leadbelly because I listen to him weekly. I listen to Leadbelly every week. It's about the same 5 songs.
And see, you and I kind of have some similar tastes then when it comes to music for sure. So where can everybody find you on the social media?
You have a hard time finding me on social media because of my views got me blacklisted and really I guess what they call shadow banned and blocked for about the last 2 years.
Wow.
So you can find me on Facebook, you can find me on Twitter and all that stuff, but you have to actually. There's not much organic going on there. You have to actually go look for me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They've got a pretty good block on my social media.
Okay.
I'm kind of like the honky tonk Paul Joseph Watson. They ban me in the whole place.
I love it. Okay, then you got any shout outs you want to give?
Man, I'm not really. I'm not sure. I'm East side, West side. I don't know. I live, and I have lived almost in my own bubble for my entire life. I'm completely into whatever I'm doing at the time. I don't know. I live almost entirely in acting.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm really into David Berlutsky right now. I'll give a shout out to David Winsky.
There we go.
He's a mathematician, and he's blowing my mind right now.
Well, Jackson, I appreciate your time tonight. It's been a true pleasure to talk with you about everything that you've got going on and kind of how you see things. And I'm so excited about these new songs that you're going to be releasing, and even the future ones that you're going to be recording.
Well,
man, I
our
cannot
new one
wait.
just came out. It's called Usually Bad. Our next one's going to be called Blessed 45, and like I said, that should be October 3rd or 4th. And we're putting it out the week before season 15 in the last season of Supernatural comes out. It's my that's the TV show Supernatural, man, in a really weird way, kind of saved my life in 2014. It's a weird thing, but it really did. And so I'm completely obsessed with the TV show Supernatural. So the one TV show I watch, besides Bob's Burgers. But so anyway, so that song and the video come out on October. I believe it's going to be 3rd or 4th.
Okay.
So if you're into, it's kind of a Johnny Cashy type of thing, kind of vibe. But yeah, check it out. It'll be on iTunes. It'll be on Pandora, Spotify. I have channels on both those platforms. So if you want to follow that and listen to the music, and if you like it, buy it. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, Jackson, thank you so much. And folks, like I said, go out, support independent artists everywhere. Be that musically, graphically, whatever they're feeling. Go out and support, everybody that you can, because independence is what makes.
You're looking for my graphic novel.
Yeah, definitely.
First of the year.
Definitely. I'm looking forward to that. So, folks, keep listening, and I will catch you next week.
Babe, ain't nobody, baby, you are my destiny. I can feel it in my heart. The will can never take